we're going to talk about your presentation, and this is where you get to showcase everything that you've done for your practicum, your scholarly project. So you're going to do a presentation for the organization, and you're going to provide an overview of your scholarly project. You're also going to make arrangements with your faculty member to have the faculty attend via Zoom likely, and also you can do your presentation for the organization via Zoom if they have restrictions as far as meetings and such. So let's go ahead and dive into the presentation itself. You're going to, of course, introduce yourself. You're going to talk about the practice problem, the improvement that was needed, really the steps that you completed in your logic model. And you're going to really dive into the nuances of your project, and you're going to also here provide the final metrics, what you learned through your project, and you're going to tie those metrics with your goals and objectives to show whether or not those were met. And it's okay not to meet objectives. Sometimes things don't go as planned. But again, if things didn't go as planned, what would you recommend for future action? What are the next steps? What would you like to see happen with this project? Is this a pilot project? Will it be spread to other areas, other organizations? What are your thoughts for the future? So you're going to support your major points with some details, and what we ultimately want to see with the presentation, that you have become an expert on your project, on that topic, and we are going to showcase what you've learned and what you've applied through the project. So we want to make sure that there are specific SMART objectives for the presentation itself. So what do you want the participants to achieve by the time they complete listening to the presentation, participating in the presentation? How are you going to measure that they indeed achieved what you sought for them to achieve during the presentation? So be very specific. This is not the project SMART objectives. This is specific to the presentation. What do you want your participants to achieve? So we want to make sure that the presentation is clear and logical, and making sure that it's organized. And we want to be very cognizant of time. So you want to focus on 10 to 15 minutes. You don't want to go over 20 minutes because we tend to lose people if we have extensive presentations. So make sure that you do build in within your presentation how you're going to engage your participants. You want to make sure that there's input. You want to make sure that there's opportunities for questions. You may want to ask questions or pose questions or have discussions intermingled within your presentation. Again, this is practice on how you're going to be very interactive when you're doing formal presentations in your workplace, making sure that it's real and relevant to your particular audience. What do they want to know, and give them the information they want to know. Of course, we want to make sure that we have our McKendree ID present, as we did with all of our practicum experiences. And if for some reason I am not able to attend your live presentation via Zoom, I will ask that you have that videoed, and we want to make sure that the information is able to be heard and seen. So make arrangements for that video if necessary. And again, make sure that you do a formal presentation. You want to make sure that you cite your resources on the slides, just as you do in text citations, as well as having a reference list at the end of the presentation. So please let me know if you have any questions or concerns about doing the presentation. But again, this is the time to bring everything together and really focus on what you have done and give the information to the organization that they need. Thank you so much. Take care now.